First of all, I want to, we will be, Jonathan will be, talking about the Way Gala, so I'm not going to take time to do that. But I do want to remind all of you who are on church council, that there will be a church council meeting immediately following the service today. We do have some announcements. Then I am going to ask Cody and Sarah Andrews to come forward and share another announcement with you. And then we will have our prelude.
Good morning. Real briefly, just a reminder, the youth fishing tournament registration ends on Monday. If you know anyone with a child between the ages of 5 and 16 that are interested, please have them go to fbcwaynesburg.org and sign up before Monday. And a reminder, the sign-up sheet is out in the narthex for our upcoming kickoff the summer kayaking and picnicking event. Kayaking is optional.
Good morning. I'd like Miss Dawn Mankey to come up here. So, I think most of you know we had our gala last night. And it wouldn't have been possible without Miss Dawn Mankey. So we want to give her a round of applause. Stay up here, so. And then, I'd like the following people to stand up. Amanda Tustin, Caitlin Wilson, Debbie Klosser, Annette Tustin, George Tustin, Susan Gregorich, Vicki DeVore, Kathy and Brian Lochner, Sally Johnson, Cody and Sarah Andrews, Jason and McCall Forbes, Mike and Peggy Butler, Tammy Johnson. These were all the volunteers that helped last night to happen, and it was just a tremendous evening. Oh, and of course, Mr. Mankey. Yes. I apologize for that. But it was just a great night, folks, and we are glad to say we raised about $50,000. So that was the first. And according to Mr. Mankey, he did some research, and this was the first gala in the borough of Waynesburg since 1960. So we get to have credit for that too. So, and also the Fox Ford was the diamond sponsor. So thank you so much for everybody that participated. All right, and we also have something else to celebrate. We finally got written confirmation that the Way is a nonprofit through the eyes of the Internal Revenue Service. Everything's going very well. And I did want you guys to know I didn't get a flyer put together yet, but it's pretty quick, but we wanted to get it started before summer really gets into flow. But on the 4th of June, from 8:30 to 12:30 here in the Fellowship Hall, Nathan Glover will be coming and providing what's called it's an overview of the Sun Life Discipleship program, which we're hoping to utilize not only within this congregation, but within other congregations in our community. And it'll really be the model with which the Way brings people in and leads them to Christ, and we equip them to serve Him. So, like I said, June the 4th, 8:30 to 12:30. Please, if you could, come check it out. It's going to be a really awesome opportunity. So, thanks a lot.
Many of us know John. John has come to the room at the table. We're in our 9th year, and I can't think of a night he missed. And last night at the gala, I was walking around visiting with people, and he was in the driveway where the horse was. And he called me out, and he said, I have a donation. Now, this is a man that doesn't have a whole lot. And I held out my hand, last night who had written checks, and I showed them the money that this gentleman had given me. So it just says a lot, I think, about what every room at the table he asked me about the way, and he's praying that we'll be a mega church. And so when you think about God, just thank God for people like John in our community that loves us and wants to be a part of what's happening in the West.
Hello, I am here to just officially announce that there will be no more choir for the summer, in case there's any confusion. I had a couple people not show up this week. So choir is done. However, music does not stop. So we have sign-ups for anyone who wants to worship with their own talent during the service, special music. You can sign up. It's somewhere in the narthex. I'm not going to be around, so I'm unceremoniously pawning the responsibility off on Mandy, because she has to. She's my wife. But I'm also here to make an announcement for her. The youth are selling raffle tickets that benefit Mission Trip. So you can purchase raffle tickets, which, what's the raffle for? A quilt. So you can raffle for a quilt to benefit the youth Mission Trip. Thank you.
Now, many of you are not aware, but Cody Andrews, of course, is in seminary. We're so proud of him. And he has an internship to do, which he's doing here now and until August. And so we're thrilled to have him doing so many different things for us during that period of time. But additionally to that, and apart from that, Cody and Sarah have some news to share with you. So I'm going to ask them to come forward and do that at this time.
Good morning. So we God brought a really unique and exciting opportunity to us about 2 weeks ago, and we're here to kind of give you some background on that information. And when Pastor asked us to make an official announcement of this, I kind of went into teacher mode and said, okay, we need a visual aid and we need note cards and all these things. So you'll just have to bear with me a little bit. But Cody's going to start, and then be patient and we'll get to our point.
And also bear with me as I read some of this. So as many of you know, in early February, more than a dozen countries, including the U.S., urged their citizens to leave Ukraine. Russia had amassed an estimated 100,000 troops along Ukraine's border, and Russian officials repeatedly denied a plan to attack or invade Ukraine, even up to the night before the attack. On February 24th, 2022, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a special military operation to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. Minutes later, missiles and airstrikes hit Ukraine, which was shortly followed by a large-scale ground invasion. Bear with us 1 second. Good. Okay. Ukraine's president, Zelensky, enacted martial law and prohibited men ages 18 through 60 from leaving Ukraine, imploring them to defend their country against the Russian forces. Families fled from their homes in search of safety, while others chose to stay behind to defend their homes. It has been 2 months, 3 weeks, and 1 day since the Ukrainian people have had their lives forever changed. Russia now occupies large southern and eastern territories of Ukraine. Cities are beyond repair, and the Ukrainian people are displaced. Ukraine refugees have been welcomed around the world, including other European countries and the United States. One of those countries, Hungary, sharing a border with Ukraine, has accepted 530,000 refugees to date.
Since the beginning of the Russian invasion, over 6 million refugees have left their homes in Ukraine seeking asylum. The United States has sent an estimated $4 billion in humanitarian aid allocated for the Ukrainian people seeking asylum. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, Cody and I were faced with an incredibly exciting yet scary opportunity. A church that we keep in touch with and have many close friendships in were, with the help of 2 Hungarian missionaries, taking a mission trip to Hungary to reach the Ukrainian refugees. We were invited to be a part of this small group who would be the hands and feet of Jesus to a lost and broken people. Except for the dates of the mission trip, we didn't have many other details. We were given 24 hours to decide if we were willing to say yes to something that God had brought before us. After much prayer and ensuring we had someone to stay with our kids, we agreed to go. Since then, we have learned more about the work we will be doing there. We will be working with Street Evangelism International Baptist Aid and other local churches surrounding Budapest. While we will be doing humanitarian work there, our primary purpose is to tell people about Jesus. We will be passing out tracts in Ukrainian and Hungarian. Last one. The needs that we have, we would really love your prayers that we will be able to raise the financial support to go. Also specifically for the Ukrainian people's hearts to be softened and to be receptive to hearing the word of God. And also please pray for our safety and please pray for our children who will be sharing their parents for that week. And we will be going June 17th through the 25th. So for a week at the end of June. So thank you, and please be in prayer for us. Thank you.
So we want to put the full weight and support of First Baptist Church behind this effort. And if you want to make a contribution to this particular mission outreach at great need, please do so on behalf of the Andrews through the church. Just make out your offering or your check to the church with that specification. So we thank you so much for that. And now we will turn our hearts toward worshiping our Lord.